Another self-care and people don't talk about is really for your physical health, which is four components that is important for Ryan and I is sleep, water, good nutrition, and exercise. The fourth one we're not very good at, and that's something we're trying to remedy right now. But self-care, physical fitness, and really overall health is the vehicle of our life. And unless we're healthy physically and we're not nourishing ourselves, everything else really cannot function optimally.
Yeah.
And for me, I've had to learn this the hard way because I used to just bypass sleep. And I think Ryan and I would always joke around and say, if we didn't need sleep, we would probably, be writing book after book right now. But we've had to learn the importance of sleep. And I think I had a few friends who really held me accountable and said, "Jane, you need to sleep." And I would just laugh. I'm like, "No, I don't. I can good with 5 hours."
I'm the same way. I just did not want to sleep ever. I was like, I'll sleep when I don't know, some age, 70.
Sleep in heaven, yeah.
Yeah, I'll sleep later. And but that's something that even my fiance, who says, okay, one of our shared commitments as a couple is we need 8 hours.
Correct.
I was like, 8 hours? Why 8 hours? Like, we could do,
I could do a lot of...
Let's do 5,
yeah.
Something. We'll sleep sometime. We'll catch up later.
Yes.
But no, it's absolutely critical. And to your point, it helps both physically and also mentally to be more present and have more emotional reserves for each other, but for everyone.
Well, I think sleep is basic, and I always just joke around. I said, God made the seventh day to rest because we all need it. Rest is non-negotiable, although I thought it was at one point, and so did Ryan. I've had to unlearn that habit, which I'm realizing now, and I actually appreciate the fact that we're growing even in the physical sense with my husband, that we've now appreciated sleep as something that's so important. You can't focus without sleep, and it's not sustainable for long periods of time. And then especially when it comes to your emotion, we are just crankier when we don't get sleep, period. Maybe not the first 10 days, but after maybe the 30th day, and if you're going on 5 hours. And also it lowers your immune system, which means that then you're going back into, you're susceptible to all the germs out there and all the things that are going to make you unhealthy. So it's really the vehicle that we must protect. Nobody talks about it as an engaged couple. Sleep. And so the second part is nutrition. Nutrition is a really pivotal and vital part of our home, and I would say we're constantly learning and growing because it's the vehicle in which we mobilize our life, our dreams, everything. I can't take care of my children unless I have nutrition. So nutrition is a big part of our conversation. And so my father-in-law, actually, I remember, when we first met, was talking about coconut oil, oregano oil, and because he was a student of nutrition and he would introduce these things, and I thought it was fascinating because my husband's the same way. He's always sort of trying to figure out what's the next turmeric oil or whatever it is that he invites into our home, and I really appreciate it because I think I had sort of a fixed mindset when it came to nutrition, and I would remember what I would tell him. I said, I'm Filipino and I can eat whatever I want when I want, and I was sort of this, he would just sort of laugh and allow that space and yet give me readings on like coconut oil, and he would be like, just read this thing, just read this article. But I really appreciated it because now when we have children, you see that nutrition is a key component to optimal health for our children and for each other. So I think that we ought to study our nutrition, what we're eating, how it's affecting us, and how we can improve.
Well, I think this is a challenge for people because in my experience, we're busy. We're super busy. Sometimes even just going to the grocery store sounds like, it's going to take 3 hours out of our day. In New York, the line would be 45 minutes long. So even just getting there and back was like, and then who had time to cook? So, it's something that I always wanted to do, but it's also something that seemed a little bit out of reach for me. So is there...
But you've changed that, I think,
have since changed. So now I'm 100% all about it. As 2 years ago, I made a commitment to honor my health. It changed everything for me the entire year. Now I'm into the second year, and truly, I never get sick anymore. I have bottomless energy. The amount of people I talk to who say they don't have energy, I'm like, I remember what that was like, but honestly, I don't experience it anymore because I have energy all day. And I never get sick. And I truly think it's due to the nutrition.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the fuel.
It's the fuel. I know what I'm eating unnecessary carbs, it turns into sugar because I have no energy.
Exactly. The sluggishness is gone now, and it's like...
And the foggy, I would say the brain fog when I do the MSG and the crap, and I feel like, what did I just say? It's so clear once you go down that road. But I think it's an important part of accountability, and I think there's a lot of paradigm things that needs to be changed.
Yeah.
When it comes to nutrition, and one of it is that it takes a long time to cook. See, I'm a cook.
I was gonna ask if there's something like quick, sort of helpful.
Well, it goes back to skills. It's hard when you don't have the right skills. It's hard when you don't know how to clean your kitchen efficiently. It's hard to prep efficiently, plan efficiently, and it becomes this daunting task as opposed to this quick. And so that's one thing I learned prior to getting married was how to be efficient in the kitchen. And it has served my marriage and it has served my children because it's not this daunting thing. It's, you know, you can whip things out quickly and it doesn't have to be. And I believe that the most healthiest thing are the most simple ingredients. You just need to know what they are, as simple as they are, and you can whip it out quickly. So I don't believe we can fix our health and our nutrition unless we fix our skills in the kitchen.
So what would be like maybe your go-to kind of top 3 ingredients that you would always grab off the shelf?
I do meat and vegetables. So a lot of times when I go to the grocery store, I pound on just fresh greens, fresh vegetables. I do a quick, some kale sear or just a lot of deep greens, and then I'll saute some kind of ground beef, and I use a lot of herbs. I don't use a lot of MSG. So if I'm sauteing chicken or ground beef, I'll marinate a lot of things. See, I do this. In the beginning of the week, I'll whip out 5 different types of meats, and I'll just marinate them with different herbs, and they're seasoned so well that by the time you cook them, you don't need to cook them for a long time. It's just sort of quick and easy, and then you just put in the vegetables, and then I always usually have a salad. And the children too, then that becomes their new norm.
Right.
And I also invite the children in the kitchen so they understand. I really invite my children to study what they're eating and how it affects them. And I'm already seeing the fruits of my children saying, Mom, my eyes have bags, and then Mom, I'm a little sluggish this morning. I can tell that I ate that. Yeah. I actually help them think of cause and effect.
Yeah.
And it's an important skill, but I think as a couple, that has to be the culture that I think you cannot go without in terms of self-care. I'm going to go back and sleep real quick because I think the crisis, what happens in the division is that if you don't value sleep and you get married and you have a baby and you don't see that it's important, I think that there's havoc there.
Yeah.
So the unifying, I teach women how to get their babies in a rhythm and a routine that's going to get them the quality and optimal sleep they need to take care of everyone else around them. And so I think that if we don't have a clarity point that sleep ought to be protected and nurtured and nourished at all cost for the union of the marriage and also the children, I think that it's easy to just let those things go and assume that it's normal not to get sleep.